This is the gnarly express I'll be taking to Kyoto this morning. It's called the Haruka. It's not actually a bullet train, but it's pretty fast and hardly stops anywhere. Quite comfortable and nice. It's a fairly lovely day in Kansai. Sorry, these pictures probably look pretty dreadful, but this is the Haruka Express. On the way to Kyoto. It's awfully hot and humid here as normal, but pretty day all in all. This train makes very few stops between here and Kyoto. This is the first class car. Nobody sitting in there. Nice big comfortable seats, but nobody's dumb enough to pay the extra price to ride when the rest of the train is extremely comfortable as well, with nice clean bathrooms, vending machines. It runs very quietly. We're in between cars here, so you can hear a little noise here, but inside the cars you hear almost nothing. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to get all the way from the international airport clear to Kyoto. Pretty much the fastest way to make that run. Vending machines with not a lot to choose from, but what the heck. Hello, can you say hello? This is a standard reserved car like I'm sitting in, which I'm in the next one back. Here are people standing on the platform at Izumi Fuchu Station. They're riding the regular train, and it's hot, as you can see. And away we go, waving to the people. They won't be seeing us. You won't see anybody without their face stuck in a smartphone. Not a whole lot to see.
10席は後ろ3両、4号車、5号車、6号車です。次は天王寺です。
Our next stop is at Tennoji Station. It's the very south side of Osaka proper. We only got 2 or 3 more stops before we get to Kyoto. Although it's quite a good distance away, probably still 25, 30, 40 miles maybe, I'm not sure exactly. I seldom ride the train, but I'm almost out of here. I've got about 12 more days in Japan before I leave for good. And the boss is paying for the expensive train fare to Kyoto, so what the heck, I'll ride the nice train one more time. I don't like driving to Kyoto. I get lost virtually every time I go there in the car. We're now pulling into Tennoji Station, I believe, and you can see we're getting into more of a downtown type area. Tennoji is a big, kind of a hub station on the southeast quadrant of Osaka proper. I often drive through this area, but don't ride the train that much anymore. Actually, we're not pulling into the station. We seem to be slowing down before the station. Quite an anomaly. One of the local trains was 4 minutes behind schedule today. Oh my, people are probably killing themselves over that mistake. So we might be delayed momentarily along the way until they get their schedules all resynchronized. As we cruise slowly through a neighborhood approaching Tennoji Station, you can see how narrow the streets are. Just barely enough room for 2 cars to pass. But people quite polite about it. can also see that almost all of your electrical stuff, phone, TV, cable, everything is run above ground on poles around here. They haven't gotten the underground thing down too much. Now we're picking up speed again, passing through a station that we're not stopping at, and we'll arrive at Tennoji any moment. I'm going to Kyoto today to do a photo shoot. These wedding venues, they all produce posters and whatnot that they display in their lobbies and on trains and just here and there. And they always like to have me come and participate in the photo shoots. Don't know why. Could be because I'm so doggone handsome. Or maybe they just like the old guy. Anyway, going to meet Daniel, my boss. He lives in Kyoto, and we're going to have lunch together. Probably the last time I'll have occasion to see him. Perhaps ever. Had a couple of semi-emotional goodbyes yesterday at the wedding venue I work at regularly with a couple of the people I work with who won't be around next Saturday, which will be my final day. I have 3 weddings next Saturday. And we're now pulling into Tennoji Station.
快速電車は着きましたホーム17番、18番乗り場。普通電車は14番乗り場から発車です。大和路線王子奈良方面は15番、16番乗り場へお越しください。
So I'll do the photo shoot, have lunch with Daniel, and head home in the evening. He mentioned he wanted me to go to dinner with his family, so we may end up doing that too, who knows. Either way, this old man will be exhausted when he gets home. I'll give you some shots as we continue on toward Kyoto and perhaps set the camera up while we do the photo shoot just a bit. Watch me get a little creative here. There's the big guy. Hey peoples. Uh-oh. Yeah, there he is again. Pulling out of Tennoji Station. Da, da, da. Be good. Not sure the name of that river. Might be the Yodagawa. And we are approaching soon Shin Osaka Station, which is where the Shinkansen connects in Osaka. The word Shin, I thought it meant new, which would mean that Shin Osaka would be New Osaka Station, but I'm not sure. It may refer to the fact that the Shinkansen stops there. That green roof you see off in the distance there is some sort of a large shrine. There, all over the place, ubiquitous as it were. Oh, here we go. Got a nice little shot of another waterway. I think we are near a place called Taisho, not far from Bentencho. Cruising along the south side of Osaka, perhaps. I'm a little out of my element knowing exactly where these trains pass through because I don't ride them that often. But I know pretty much every doggone road in this big ass city. You'll notice there's residential all mixed in with commercial properties pretty much everywhere in Osaka. I don't think they ever really got into the concept of zoning per se. More little tiny narrow streets and walkways between houses and businesses and whatnot. And on we go. This is Bentencho Station, where I have been many times. More often than not, I'm driving by an expressway that's right outside of those windows. And you see a rather interesting looking buildings here. Fairly iconic through Bentencho area. We're also close to Universal Studios, the big Osaka Aquarium, all in this area. We have another waterway going through the city. May or may not have a name. The Osaka Bay is just south of us down there. And the hotel, tall one in the distance there, is at Universal Studios. The river I referred to earlier as the Yodegawa certainly was not. We haven't gotten to there yet. We'll pass that soon. It's quite a large river. And I'll try and get you some shots of that. I'm leaving Japan in about, 12 days or so. And I leave with mixed emotions. I will miss some good friends that I've made here. I will not miss the climate. And I've had a pretty easy job while I've been here, and that's been great. I'm anxious to get home and get started with whatever's next in my life, a new chapter to be written. One of the more difficult parts of leaving here is that most of my memories of Minato exist here in Japan. He was quite young when we came here. So I will be leaving many things behind and moving forward. Kevin will be remaining here in Japan for about 1 year. He is anxious to come back to the States, and of course I'm anxious to have him do so. So if things work out, he will be about a year from now, in the summer of 2015, coming to New Mexico, finishing his final year of high school there, and if he chooses to, going on to check out college and becoming a stuntman and so forth and so on. All that remains to be seen, but I saw an interesting quote the other day that says something about you have to give up on the life that you planned to make sure you're ready to accept the life that is waiting for you. And I think that's a good way to live one's life. So bye-bye Japan. I have encountered a group of models from Paris. They are here to do modeling in Nagoya.
That's what that's
I pegged them right away because they're about the best looking group of people I've ever seen. I myself am a model today, so I don't think they want me in their photo shoot though. They'll be getting off at the next stop and boarding the Shinkansen for Nagoya. And there you have it. There's a very iconic building in Osaka near Umeda. It's one that I think they've actually flown airplanes through the building from time to time. There's a name for it, but I don't know what it is. It's a pretty wacky looking building all in all. So we're nearing Osaka. This is, I'm pretty sure, the Yodegawa, the biggest river that runs through here and out into the bay just south of us. Back behind me is the Umeda section of Osaka proper. They always have all kinds of sports fields and whatnot alongside the rivers. Homeless people living under the bridges often. And some pretty nice homeless digs, all in all. Well, with the departure of the French models, I have my pick of seats. This train car entirely empty. Probably didn't need that reserved seat ticket I bought. Oh well. Passing through the JR freight line yards, quite large. Most of the freight trains run late at night after the commuter lines and everything shut down around midnight. And our next stop is Kyoto, so we are jamming now. We may be on the Shinkansen track. I think we are actually running on the Shinkansen track now. So we'll be zipping into Kyoto in no time flat. That's the standard tracks just off to our side there where the regular trains run. And we're on the Shinkansen. We may have a Shinkansen pass us going the other way here at any moment, but it'll be going so doggone fast I won't be able to get the camera ready in time. Yeah, I'll run it just for a second here, just in case. Whoop. probably going, oh, I don't know, 80 plus miles an hour, maybe 90. Some of the freight trains working through. Pretty sure that track right next to us is Shinkansen, so it could zip by us at any second. Not sure how my battery's going on this thing, but I would like to be able to shoot through the day, but so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. Maybe we'll catch a Shinkansen later. You can bet it'll come by immediately after I turn this camera off. They just came on the PA and announced that we'd be arriving in Kyoto Station in a couple of minutes. They told us we'd be exiting the left-hand side of the train and we could connect here for the Shinkansen, the local JR lines, the Kintetsu Railway, and the city subway systems. They then gave us directions to the various exits to reach those particular lines. Here's the scary part. It was all in Japanese and I understood every bit of it. Time to get out of here. Bye now. We're now more or less out in the, whoops, lens cover. We're now more or less out in the countryside between Osaka and Kyoto, such as it is. Lots of gardens, and tambo they're called, where the rice is grown. Interesting, even in large urban areas, they oftentimes have a lot of gardening going on. Some tennis courts and the mountains outside of Kyoto. And momentarily, there's the tambo, rice fields, right in the middle of residential areas. You see quite a bit of that. And also see a lot of neighborhood parks and little recreation areas and whatnot. And lots of humongous apartment buildings with little tiny apartments in them. They refer to them as rabbit hutches. Oh, we just passed the Suntory Whiskey Distillery. Kyoto, quite an interesting place, like everything in Japan, a real mixture of the very, very old and the very, very new. Kyoto itself was settled over 1,500 years ago, right about the same time that Firenze, Florence, Italy, was founded. Of course, their histories are extremely different in that Florence was a meeting place for people from all over the known world at that time, and Kyoto was extremely secluded on this island out in the Pacific. Shoot out the other side of the train car. Oh, I think that might have been the Shinkansen. I'll have to look later to see if it was or not. Here we are in Kyoto Station, a rather massive station. Here we have a little lunch place where you can get your bento. Relatively inexpensive. Very attractive looking dishes for lunch and snacks and whatnot. Back down now toward the train tracks where we came in. Scheduled board. Little small convenience store. And pulling complete 360, I'm headed out that way to the Central Air exit and Starbucks across the street. Here we are at Frank's new French restaurant in Kyoto. It's just been open for a week and it is fantastic. We just had the escargot and there's a beautiful baguette. Here we have Raul, Brian,
Yes.
our new friend Paolo from Milan. Brian's from America, right? You're American, right?
Yeah.
Paolo's from Mexico. Daniel, of course, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And there's Angie. Hi, Angie. Hi, Angie. And we are, I did my photo shoot today, which you've already seen. That probably bored you to death. And now we're having dinner. This is likely the last time I'll see my dear friends here that I've worked with for many years. And it's a fitting time for us. It's great to have some French food at Frank's restaurant, a glass of wine, a bit of beer, And that's all I got for the moment.
Delicious wine. Oh, thank you.
Okay, Brian, no pressure. Say something funny.
Funny.
Okay. Now, Paolo, I'm going to put you on the spot. Sing anything for us. Just a little something. Give us a little taste. Come on, don't be shy. I'll sing after you. Don't worry.
What should I sing? Mamma, son tanto felice perché ritorno da te. La mia canzone ti dice che il più bel giorno c'è.
All right, Brian, top that. Top that, Brian. Paolo's only been in Japan for a couple of weeks. I suspect he's going to have a great future here. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, here we are in apparently what is the green room before our photo shoot. These people are taking this thing way over the top. Should have been out of here about a half hour ago. And we've not even started. There's Paolo and a beautiful violinist. So it's snack time. We haven't even started to think about taking a picture yet. I could be here till I'm an old man. Oh well.
全部つきました。まあ全部消すんですか。